English word, isn't it? But what's it mean? You're in too big a freaking hurry. That's what it means. You're trying to get rich quick. Get rich quick will not go unpunished. That's what it said. And wealth gained quickly doesn't last usually. That's what this says. But people that gather wealth little by little increase wealth. The vast majority of people who are wealthy, 90+% of the people that I have met and worked with, the thousands and thousands of millionaires I've worked with over the years, did it gradually. Now, I'm not against getting money quickly if you want to do that. I'm not saying you're evil or it's bad, but there are all kinds of problems that go with it when it comes quickly. Because what happens to most of us is as we grow our wealth, we as individuals are emotionally and spiritually maturing. We are growing. And so the wealth never gets so big that it crushes us under our character is strong enough to carry it as we build it gradually and we build our character gradually. That's the only shot. But, how many times have we seen the young athlete that gets money and it destroys their life? The young music artist that gets money and it destroys their life. The young actor that gets money and they're in rehab for the rest of their life. Because they didn't have the emotional, in their case, character to carry it. And it doesn't have to be young. It can be old. How many times have you heard of somebody 55 years old that never had any money in their whole life and then they win the lottery? And it destroys their life. It wasn't a blessing. See, wealth gained hastily will dwindle. He who hastens, who's in a hurry to be rich, will not go unpunished. That happened to me. I got rich quick. I started from nothing. We graduated from college. Sharon and I got married at 22 years old. By the time I was 26, I was a millionaire. How did I do that? I borrowed it all. I had $1 million net worth. I had $4 million worth of real estate, $3 million worth of debt. 4 minus 3 is 1. I was a millionaire. And I made $250,000 that year. And that was 1983, 1985. I mean, that's a long time ago. That's a lot of money, even then. A lot of money now. But it was a house of cards. I had so much debt, and I wasn't behind with anyone. I wasn't late on the payments. But the bank got sold to another bank. They called our notes because I was an idiot that signed up and gave them the ability. I had a lot of short-term notes because I was flipping houses before there was cable TV to tell you how. I built a house of cards because I was in a hurry to get rich. And then I was just appalled and shocked that the house of cards fell. Well, guess what houses of cards do? They fall. All the time. There's no such thing as a well-constructed house of cards. The point is, it's fragile. It's volatile. It falls in. He who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. You're trying to get rich quick. You're trying to play the lotto. You get punished because you throw your money down the toilet. You go in there and buy a lotto ticket. You get nothing. You got nothing. Nothing. Think about every action that someone takes to become wealthy easily and quickly usually results in punishment. This is dead on. These scriptures are straight up truth. And John Tyler said it this way: wealth can only be accumulated by the earnings of industry and the savings of frugality. Well, wealth that lasts, that's all it is. But you can get wealth other ways. You can get wealth by sudden fame. You can get wealth by sudden, you can hit the lottery, 1 in a bazillion people do. But the rest, everybody else is trying to win the wealth that way, gets punished by losing their money. Instead of investing their money little by little will increase your wealth. That's where real wealth comes from. The highest probability of building wealth, the best way to get rich quick is to get rich slow.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
I learned this a long time ago. Because you ever hear people say, thank God it's Friday, oh God, it's Monday? Live their whole life. Thank God it's Friday, oh God, it's Monday, hump day. Those are people that are surviving. They're a rat in a wheel. They're just trudging along, got no plan, living for the weekend. That's what, that's those people, right? Now, let me tell you what the statistics tell us, the research tells us about those people. They do not progress in their life or in their wealth building. And let me just tell you, anything that's not growing, it's dying. People who have wealth starting from nothing, which is the majority of people who have wealth, they started from nothing. When interviewed and they asked them their decision-making paradigm, they said, I make decisions like career decisions or purchase decisions or investment decisions, not based on what will make me feel good Friday, but what will make me win 10 and 20 years from today. If your decision-making paradigm by which you analyze and apply critical thought to your decisions makes you ask yourself, how does this decision affect me 10, 20, 30 years, or for that matter, in eternity? It will cause you, because you're aiming at the moon, it will cause you to jump higher, climb faster, and go bigger, because you have a higher, bigger goal. A BHAG, my friend Jim Collins calls it. A big, hairy, audacious goal. But if all you're doing is saying, God, if I could just get to Friday, let me just tell you, all you're going to do is just get to Friday. The people on the lower socioeconomic rungs of the ladder who stay there have short-term, very short-term decision-making paradigms. And so they do rent-to-own. Because you would never pay payments, rental payments, on a couch if you were thinking long-term. You would never pay rental payments on a washer and dryer if you were thinking long-term. If you're thinking long-term, you would pay cash for a used one at a garage sale, because then there's no payments. No one invests for retirement unless they're thinking long-term. No one saves for their kids' college unless they're thinking long-term. These are all activities of wealthy people. But you always see short-term thinking, lotto winner, the lotto tickets. Almost all your lotto tickets are sold in the poor zip codes in town. Oh, but it goes to education. That's great. Let's have poor people. I got a government plan for you. Let's put it out there this possible way. Let's tax the poor so we can send middle-class kids to college for free. And say we won. Ding, ding. Well, that's what my state does. We're so proud. We just took money from poor people and sent middle-class people's kids to college for free. It's a great program. Well, some lower-class kids go to college, but you know who really goes when you analyze zip codes? The people that take advantage of the lottery winning, or not the lottery winnings, the lottery scholarships are all middle class. There's a few lower class, but it's almost all lower-class zip codes that pay for, lower socioeconomic zip codes that pay for.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Nick is with us in Cincinnati. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Good talking to you, Dave.
You too, man. What's up?
Living the dream, or so they tell me. I've got a question regarding some of my stocks. I've just got a few shares that my grandpa got us into when I was younger, and they've done well with Disney, and I don't see Disney ever going anywhere but up from here. But I've seen a ton of buzz on Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz on Bitcoin.
Yeah, and I'm watching it from the $10,000 benchmark kind of take a dip, and I'm kind of wondering if I should maybe pull my stocks out and go into that market.
No, under no circumstances. I would not.
No?
I do not have a dime in Bitcoin, and I'm a multimillionaire. Would you like to know why?
That. Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay.
I mean, I've really wanted to talk to you since I've kind of jumped into learning about this. I haven't learned much, but
Yeah.
I really wanted to know what you knew.
Well, as you know, it's called cryptocurrency, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what currency is? Did you know that I can take a green piece of paper with a president's face on it and lay it on a counter anywhere in America, and for that matter, in most counters around the world, and someone will pick it up and trade a good or a service for it? It's called a dollar, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
a $100 bill. Did you know that green piece of paper has no value at all? The only reason the only reason that green piece of paper has value is that you all have all agreed to trade it.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay,
Like,
so it's trust.
We've agreed on that.
It's trust. That's what it's based on. And it's based on, and you know what trust is based on? Stability and predictability. Bitcoin has no stability and no predictability and no trust. And
yeah,
so
it's all over the place.
It is going to be a volatile freaking nightmare until it settles in. Someday in the future, I kind of like the idea of Bitcoin. And I kind of like the idea that it's unregulated and it's laying out there in the, in the Netherlands. But it's got to stabilize, and it's got to develop a level of trust, because right now, dude, you're in the OK Corral and everybody's got their guns drawn. Somebody's going to die.
Yeah, I keep saying it's like the Wild West and the Gold Rush right now.
Exactly
Everybody's
what
all
it's
over
like.
the place with it.
It's exactly what it is. You know what did that? You know what else did that in the last decade? Gold.
Gold, yeah, that is true.
I told people not to buy gold. Don't buy gold. I don't have any gold except cufflinks and one watch. Don't buy gold. Don't buy gold. Dave, you're crazy, man. Everybody's making so much money on gold. Gold is going up. Gold's $1,800, Dave. What's gold right now? $600. It sucks. People have lost
it's
fortunes.
definitely hit a stale point.
Yeah, they've lost fortunes. And so what you're trying to do is predict where the bullet's going to hit in the wild, wild west. Man, I ain't playing my money on that. And let me just tell you, your grandpa reached down from heaven, smack you use the money he gave you to do this. Wouldn't he?
All right.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. My opinion, you can do what you want to do, people. I know some of you people are Bitcoins, you're going nuts now, just like you gold people went nuts. But you know what? I didn't lose any money on gold, and I won't be losing any money on Bitcoin.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Alex is up in San Bernardino, California. Alex, how can we help?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So my goal is to be a DJ. I'm 20 years old. I live with my parents. I'm currently going to college, and I just want to drop out. Do you think I should man up and finish college, or do you think I should get a job, move out, and rent?
Okay, what would you drop out to do? If you dropped out today, what would be the plan?
Work at Amazon.
For what purpose? Just to stop going to class?
Yeah, and just
what are you pursuing
focus on
right
making
now?
music.
What path are you on in college? What major?
Marketing.
And you have no desire to do that?
Not really. I'm not really into college
Well, I get it.
or school.
So what's a full-time DJ gonna make? I don't know. I'm sorry, that's a serious question. What's that possibility look like?
That's true. I turn 21 soon, so I'm gonna try to apply for clubs near my area. But
so you don't know.
I should look at that. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the point. We don't drop out of anything into nothing, right? So I totally get that you're not into college. Believe me, dude, I don't have a degree. I couldn't stay in college either. I get it. But to drop out to nothing just to go to Amazon without knowing what the plan is, let's say you do that, okay? You drop out, you go work at Amazon, that's honorable, you're making money, whatever, okay? But you have no idea what a path to being a successful DJ looks like, and then you look into it and you go, oh, it's not as lucrative or as exciting as I thought it was once I actually dug in. So now what?
Yeah.
What I'd rather you do is sit tight, have some discipline, okay? And then what I would do is I would start hanging out with guys that are DJs. I would start, if you got to work, behind the bar or something like that, just to get around DJs. You're not even 21. You probably can't even do that. The point is you get in close proximity to DJs for real and really understand, like, what do you make? What do you make on a weekend? Because there's a difference between a DJ in a high-end club in South Beach and the DJ in, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I mean, it's just different. Are you want to DJ weddings? I mean, you got to know what you're dealing with. So it's true. Yeah. You got to know.
I know, Alex. Listen, if I were you, I would stick out college. Okay, I know it's a drag. You
Not just to stick it out.
No,
though.
but when you graduate and you have a college degree, there is a marketable sense that he will have if he wants to go into something else, if he wants to go into business one day or something like.
All right,
it's
fine.
there. I think I do personally.
My point is, figure out the future.
Yeah, and I wouldn't drop out right now, Alex.
Not right now.
Wouldn't.
I want to know what a path to being a
That's
DJ
fair. That's
looks
good.
like.
Yeah.
And if it's not successful, what else is out there?
Yeah.
But stay put until you figure it out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
All right. There you go.
Thanks for the call, Alex.
I need to learn more about the DJ.
I was about to say your knowledge though is sweeping.
Well, I've been to some nice clubs down in Miami, and that's a whole different ballgame. They're flying these guys and gals over from Europe.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I've been working for a service business for about give or take 6 years. Back in 2010, I opened my own in about 2016. Trying to expand my income. Transitioned from a service company to a construction company, and in the meantime, got married, built a family. My question is as follows. I have now just started calculating my budget, and I figured out that I either need to address my personal income and expenses or change the business kind of model to be able to match my personal income. Essentially, I'm paying myself from the business, but
not enough.
They're not matching up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how much do you pay yourself from the business?
Well, I don't. That's the biggest problem. I've been mixing personal and business expenses since I started. I didn't know anything about business. I just knew what I was providing, the service. Now I'm looking now to separate the two. And how much do I pay myself? Do I pay myself what my personal budget is needing, or do I pay myself what my business can handle?
It doesn't matter. You're going to be taxed on your profits on the business regardless, and you have been all along. Are you current on your taxes?
No.
How far behind are you on taxes?
About 2 years, I would say.
Okay. You need to take care of
I
that.
do quarterly, but not yearly.
Well, if you don't not filing federal income tax returns is a criminal offense. They put 2,711 people in jail last year for that. So not filing is not okay. Not paying is a different issue. That's not criminal. They'll just drive you into the dirt. But not paying is not criminal. So you need to get that part of your life cleaned up immediately, and we'll go ahead and answer your question as a part of this. But jump online at RamseySolutions.com and talk with one of our tax ELPs, and they can help you get current and set yourself on a system to stay current. Now, this will also help you do your taxes and your quarterlies on time and accurately, and that is simply this. You need to open a separate checking account for your business from your personal. I assume you have a checking account. Is it in the business name or your personal name?
No, I have everything separated. I just
don't have it separated. Okay, so now that the business account is open, 100% of the income that goes into the business account is only business. The only thing that comes out of the business account is business. Never again pay anything personal out of that account the rest of your life. Ever.
So yeah, I spent the past 3 months separating those. I started with your.
Well, you told us you weren't separated, so I'm telling you to separate it. Yeah, okay. All right, so now you're separated, and 100% of the time that is a business expense, you use the correct debit card, the correct checking account. 100% of the time, it's a personal expense. You use your personal account. Now, what does it take if you've laid out a budget for you don't know what it takes to operate your household, right? You told me that. Okay. So what profits do you think you've made in a given year? What do you think the business makes profit that you're going to end up paying income tax on?
I believe I'm operating at a loss right now.
Then how is your family eating?
Because, I'm accruing debt. That's my problem.
So you're borrowing money to eat and stay open?
Not really. Yeah, if you put it that way. I've been paying...
Are you living off of
credit
cards?
Exactly. So now we stopped in December of 23, and
how much credit card debt do you have?
Personal, about $50,000.
Okay.
What other debt do you have?
Personal or business?
They're
it's
all
all personal. You
It's all in
signed
your
all
name.
of it.
So business, I have about 80.
On top of the credit cards. And I assume then you have the IRS taxes. Do you know how much that is?
No.
Correct.
Hasn't filed the
I
tax
paid
return.
quarterly, so I have not filed it correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not sure.
So that's going to go to the top of your debt payoff list.
But you shouldn't have any taxes if you're not profitable. So why are you paying quarterlies?
Based off sales. I've been doing it myself. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Dude, you're a hot mess.
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
So there's so many things going on here. The first thing we have to do with the business side is we have to figure out if the business is really profitable or not. If you are running a business at a loss, it is not a business, it is a hobby. Close it and go get a dadgum job. If you're really losing $50,000 a year, why keep doing it? That's dumber than crud. So you have to get this business
Not per
where it
year.
brings in more than it spends, and it actually makes a profit to feed your family. Whatever the profits are is the most you can take home. You cannot run a company and fund it with debt. It won't work. It's not sustainable. There's obviously an end to that. You'll hit the wall like you're in NASCAR, okay? And it'll be engine up in the stands, disintegrated vehicle. That's what's going to happen. So you've got to stop this. You need to be in panic mode on your taxes and on your accounting, because both of them suck beyond belief here. So once you get the business under control and you can tell if it's making money and decide whether to leave it open, then you can say what I've got to have come home. Now, you can build a household budget based on household expenses. Get the Every Dollar app and download it, and you can look at it and say, all right, I need this much in my food, this much in my electricity, this much to keep the cars running, this much to pay the credit card debt, this much to monthly, this much to buy diapers or whatever it is. I don't care. You just make a list of your monthly expenses and total them up, and that's going to give you an idea what it takes to operate your household. It won't be completely accurate because your stuff is so chaotic that you're not going to be able to tell. But at least get started there and at least go over on the business side and let's start running the business with a monthly profit and loss. So when you contact our tax ELP to get your taxes caught up and filed, also sit down with them and ask them if they help with small business bookkeeping. Most of them do. And they can help you set up a small business bookkeeping system and get you started on running this business and telling yourself if it's a profit or not. It could just be as simple as you need to get organized and raise your prices a little bit and actually collect from your customers on time. Because I don't think you're only $50,000 in credit card debt if you've been running this business all this time at no profit. So something's wrong with that story. You've been making a profit somewhere. I just can't tell how much, and you can't either. So,
It's been
listen, what
8
you're
years of
doing,
this.
it's freaking amazing that you've survived as long as you have. What you're doing is not sustainable. It's stress-inducing. I mean, you're going to be living panic attack to panic attack. Your spouse is too. You just can't. That much chaos in your finances will ruin your life, and it'll keep you from all your hard work from causing prosperity because you're working your butt off. It sounds like, but you can't tell if you're doing anything. You're just like a rat in a wheel. Run, have a heart attack and die of anxiety. Don't do that. Okay? Get out of the wheel, sit down, let's lay out a game plan, execute. And the numbers will talk to you and tell you where you're out of line. But I don't know if your business is out of line or not, where it's out of line or not. I know it's out of line. I know one place is it doesn't have an accounting system. The second thing is then you get your home in place. Now, if the business is making $80,000 a year, you're getting taxed on $80,000 a year. You can bring home $80,000 a year. and the business will run just fine. If the business is making $72,500, you can bring home $72,500. If you leave a little bit in there, in addition to that, you're going to pay taxes on it anyway, but you leave some in there to reinvest and grow the business, that's okay too. But you can set that up once you actually know what the numbers are.
Got to know the basics. And there's a great free guide that our Entree Leadership team put together. This is Dave's playbook for how to build a business. It's called Entree Leader's Guide to Business Finances. So I encourage you, Avi, and anyone else listening to go check this out. It's completely free at entreleadership.com/finances. And this is the playbook that Dave's talking about. Here's how to set it all up. Here's how to run a business debt-free so that you have prosperity and peace.
Yeah. Scripture says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks and herds. Obviously, Solomon wrote that proverb in an agrarian culture where flocks and herds were representative of wealth. So if you don't keep up with the lambs and you don't watch for the wolves, you go down. That's what this is. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Couple of lessons from today's show so far. They were both object lessons for things we have taught many times here before, but we'll just reiterate them. First, never buy something like a house with someone you're not married to, like your fiance. Earlier caller, fiance broke up with him, now doesn't want to sell the house that they own together. He's going to end up in a lawsuit to force the sale of the house, the disillusionment of a general partnership, which is what they have, that has no partnership documents, because they lived together for 5 years, got engaged, and then bought a house prior to marriage. Dumb. Really dumb.
And she's squatting, saying, I'm not going anywhere.
If you're shacking up, don't buy a house with your roommate. That's dumb. You're going to screw up the relationship. You're going to end up in legal and financial trouble. It's dumb. Was I unclear, George?
I think you added an extra syllable to that dumb. It was that intense.
Stretch it out there with a little southern twang. Now, then the second thing we've learned is, and I hear this one all the time, and both of these things baffle me. That's why I'm hitting them. Because they're just illogical. If you get your car totaled, it is not a reason to upgrade in car. Period. You are driving a $6,000 car. Your car gets totaled. You get a check for $6,000, and suddenly $6,000 cars aren't good enough for you. That's dumb.
Well, they don't make $6,000 cars, except for the one that
I was driving. They don't make them that are reliable, except for the one I was driving that was working perfectly fine, thank you very much. Okay? Don't use I upgraded in car because I got my car totaled. No, you upgraded in car because you wanted a better car. If you were going to do that, you could have just sold the car before it got totaled and then upgraded in car. It would have been the same dumb move. A move you can't afford to do. That's a dumb move. Don't do dumb moves with money. It causes you to be broke and hurt your feelings.
Well, there's a third lesson, too, from another caller, Dave, which is don't get a degree and go into debt $80,000 to go make $40,000. The math ain't math in there. And too many people are doing that. They're getting degrees they hope to use. They're in school for 9 years.
And you can't blame it.
Debt.
And listen, let me just tell you, some of you guys act like, and I hear this all the time too, it goes right with this, okay? And this one drives Micro nuts. This is Micro's favorite thing, okay? I'm going to blame the fact that I didn't do math on passion.
It's my passion.
Or
Dave.
as if I say the word passion 3 times like Beetlejuice, right? If I say passion enough, then math doesn't, then it beats down the math.
It changes the math.
The math bows down to the word passion. No, it doesn't. The math rises up and bonks your little passion on the head. That's what happens. And so you can't say, it's my passion, and make your math work. You have to still be an adult and pay bills.
Well, you lose passion pretty quick when you can't breathe because your job doesn't pay the bills. Doesn't pay the debt payments.
So sometimes it's gotten to be lately when I hear someone say, I want to work in my passion, it's code for I'm about to do something really dumb. I'm about to go deeply in debt to get a degree that is freaking useless or that doesn't pay enough because it's my passion. And that's going to make it okay because it's my passion. Don't spend $250,000 getting a master's degree in sociology so you can be a caseworker for the state making $38,000. That's dumb. Don't do that. Well, it's my passion. See, passion doesn't cover that. I don't give a crap. If you want to do ministry, go make a bunch of money and do ministry at your church as a volunteer. That can scratch your little passion itch. Oh, my gosh.
All of this just points back to one thing that we've lost in today's world, Dave, and that's common sense. Just think about the future for just a second, about how it's all going to play out and how it could play out. And it could help you avoid a lot of these mistakes.
I mean, think out there 10 years how this move is going to come out, okay? So, listen, it is not a grown-up move to go into a situation that is not mathematically palatable, spending $250,000 to get a job making $38,000, and you can make more than $38,000 as a cashier at Target, and call it your passion. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not being a grown-up. That's a 3-year-old on the cereal aisle having a meltdown because mommy wouldn't buy Fruity Pebbles because it's my passion. That's what that is. Don't do that crap. It's a Fruity Pebbles meltdown. We don't need Fruity Pebbles meltdowns with adults. It really looks foolish. So you really, guys, seriously. So when your car gets totaled, take the check and buy a car the same price or cheaper than the car you were driving before. Never buy a house with someone you think you're in love with or that you think is in love with you until or after you walk down the aisle and you say, I do. That's called marriage. Then you have a methodology for dealing with the house if she kicks you out. You don't have a methodology when you have an unsigned, unwritten set of partnership documents on your general partnership and you have no freaking idea how you're going to get out of this mess other than try to talk common sense into the woman that just booted you out of the house. It doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. So you've got to think these things through, and you don't get to violate these rules in the name of love or passion or, I'm afraid of a car that breaks down. That's so I bought a Bentley.
Anything under $20,000, they just go up in flames, Dave. I've heard that. You got to spend a lot more to get a reliable car. You shouldn't talk about
cars going up in flames. You should never do that, George.
A
guy that drives a Tesla should not make car go up in flames jokes.
Oh, you're right. I apologize. But what this comes down to, Dave, is that critical thinking, it turns out, is critical. I know I shouldn't have to say that, but I think are they teaching that in school anymore?
We have to do the critical part and the thinking part. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, and by the way, if you're shacked up with your sweetie, don't pay somebody's debts that you're not married to. Because sweetie may take off with a local bartender, and then you are stuck with no money and no sweetie. That's how this deal works.
That's how most country songs are written.
I'm telling you, I think that probably has a possibility there. No money, no sweetie. I'm just saying. That's
and he's still paying the mortgage while the ex is living in the house. This is real life, sadly.
It's real life, and it sucks, and it hurts because your heart's broken and your brain is fried at the same time because you feel dumb, ashamed, and heartbroken all at the same time. It's a horrible place to be in. I've done dumber things than this, and so I don't want you guys to lose. I want you to win. That's why we're here. So we have to speak this absolute, what looks like everyone should know stuff out so that the people that apparently don't know it stop doing it. It's like a trend.
Well, you could stop talking about it if people stop doing it. But for 30 years now, you've been getting the same calls and you're going, don't do it. I'm telling you, it's a trap. And then people do it anyways. Oh, if we don't laugh, we cry.
You gotta think, people. You got to think. It'll kill you. It'll kill you, man. It's just awful. Wow. I'm so sorry, guys. My goodness gracious. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Michael and Emily are with us in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the now world-famous debt-free Scream stage. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Great.
Doing good, Dave. Good to see you.
Honor to have you guys. And where do y'all live?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay, very cool. Good. Well, welcome to Nashville. And how much debt have you guys paid off?
Are you ready? It's a doozy. $777,000.
Yay! And how long did this take?
29 months.
Uh-oh, this is a story. And your range of income during that time?
$650,000 to about $750,000.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
What is it you guys do for a living?
I'm a director at a software company.
Uh-huh.
And I own a food ingredients trading company.
And both are doing well. Excellent. Well done, you guys. Wonderful income. So what kind of debt was this $700,000?
Well, the smallest one was a gift that Michael got me, some scooters.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
$6,000 financed. We had $21,000 remaining student loans, $50,000 on a car, and then we get into the house stuff. We had a $200,000 renovation loan and our mortgage of $500,000.
So you paid off everything.
Did it all.
House and everything. I'm looking at weird people.
Yes, we
I
are.
love it. Way to go.
Thank you.
So how long have you guys been making this kind of money?
We've done pretty well. I would say, well, I don't know, 8-9 years.
That's a while.
Yeah.
Way too long to have been this far in debt.
Yeah. I think, we know that we make a lot, and I think, there was a part of us with having any debt at all. It was a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, amen.
And if anything ever happened, it would be harder to replace those incomes, and so we just wanted the security.
When we sort of got started on this a few years ago, she started us on this path. What book was that?
I read The Millionaire Next Door, and there was a line in it that said, high earner, low wealth. And when I heard that, I just kind of
got me. Yeah.
I kind of got chills.
Yeah, it was us.
Yeah, and it was, if you like this book, you'll love the Total Money Makeover, and so that's how we got hooked up with your organization.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you are no longer a high income earner, no wealth. You're no longer in the category.
That's right.
Now you're a high income earner with wealth.
We're working on it.
What's the house worth?
About $950,000.
Excellent. And how much in your nest eggs, your 401ks and so forth?
We were hoping that we would have hit our net worth of $3 million before we came in here, but I think we'll hit it next month.
Yeah.
So,
Well, close enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Close enough. Well, way to go, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
how old are you two?
I'm too close to 40 to talk about on air.
Okay.
I'm 38.
Okay. All right. But you have scooters.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We're still
All
young.
right.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So $3 million now and not a debt in the world with a household income of $750,000. Man, you are on fire. The stuff you're going to be able to do for yourself and for others, the wealth you're going to be able to continue to build because you're not that old and you're making bank because you just got intentional, huh?
Yeah.
Now, did you inherit any money or did you start from nothing?
We didn't inherit anything.
No inheritance.
We did do one. We sold a piece of land that brought in $125,000. So that kind of helped
Sped us
jumpstart.
along a little bit.
But you not only are you debt-free, house and everything, but you're also everyday millionaires because you started with nothing, basically, and now you make serious money and you have a serious net worth already by age 40. So, wow! Very fun. I love it. That is excellent. Very, very cool. Congratulations. So, what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
I would say it's being intentional with what you're doing. You're not going to stumble into it. It's not going to happen by accident.
And you're not going to out-earn your stupidity.
Nope, you
Because
won't.
y'all tried that.
Yeah.
No.
You'll keep acquiring new things.
We just got
to get
nicer,
more money.
nicer.
Yeah.
There's always another scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always something bigger and better.
And I
Borrowed money for a scooter.
Yeah.
This is great.
as a gift.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it's so romantic.
Yeah.
The debt is so
That was
romantic.
an anniversary gift, actually.
Yeah. What really helped me along is I don't think he appreciated how amazing my amortization chart was
Yeah.
that I had.
Ah!
But most of our time was spent on house stuff, and so we didn't have to be gazelle intense necessarily, but every little thing that we might think of doing when we would go to put it in the amortization chart, and I would see it add a month or two to the mortgage payment. I thought, well, it's not worth that.
I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
You know, but your all's case is way different than typical, obviously. But the thing that's interesting about yours is it just shows what you said just a second ago, Michael. You said the power of intentionality, just to say, okay, we're spending everything like we're in Congress or something. We got nothing to show for this. And then all of a sudden we go, wait a minute, all we've got to do is pay attention.
Yep.
All we got to do is bother. And then boom, 29 months later, you're debt free and paid off, $750,000. I mean, it's just that, but all, and so, it would have been a bloody shame for you guys to get 20 years from now and have made all this money and have nothing.
Yeah.
And still be in debt.
We sometimes talk about, boy, we wish we'd stumbled on you 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So where could we be today?
Yeah, well, you got plenty of time, though. I mean, you're fine. It's all perfect. So very, very proud of you. So did you tell people about this? Did you have any cheerleaders?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had some people, I think, that thought they found us curious.
Yeah.
I think at best. And then...
Well, who makes the kind of money y'all make, though? I mean, you're curious anyway.
And we do have some friends that make, a good living as well. And we noticed kind of in our social circle, there's a little bit of, I don't know, like a ethos that becoming wealthy or, whatever you need to do is mysterious.
Or complicated.
Yeah.
Complicated,
If it's not complicated and mysterious, it can't be right.
Right.
You need to do a double backflip family limited partnership.
Right. Like, or you have
make up crap.
You have the ins that other people don't have, and so I think a lot of people maybe found us a little. I think they thought we were unsophisticated.
Yeah, you are. You're primitive. You're primitive. Primitively rich.
More than
touchdown, baby. That's what I am. I am a redneck multimillionaire, baby. That's it. I love it. You're standing in a $70 million building I paid cash for. Shut up. I love my primitive. You guys are awesome. This is so fun. I'm so proud of y'all.
Dave,
thank you.
One of the funny things is, I'll admit, I have a BMW, and so we would drive around town and we would listen to your show on the podcast, and your intro every single time you would say that the paid off mortgage is taking the place of the BMW. We'd kind of slink down a little bit.
Okay,
when we're driving.
Rachel has a BMW. It's okay, and you have $3 million. You can have a BMW. It's okay.
We didn't have it when we got it.
I love it. Yeah. Very cool, you guys. Very well done. Very well done. Yeah, the secret sometimes is just bothering to notice and being intentional. And in your all's case, it turned everything around very, very quickly. But it's a great story. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very well done. Well, we're going to give you a copy of the book, Everyday Millionaires, which will tell you actually that the ethos that some of your friends are telling you is false. Because the vast majority of millionaires, we've done the largest study of millionaires ever done, do things fairly primitively. They're just kind of common sense people like you are and like I am, and that's how they got there, and that's how they'll remain there. It's the people trying to act like they're something they're not and try to be sophisticated or try to be something. They're the ones that don't end up keeping their wealth around. It ends up leaving them. So, proud of you guys.
Well, thank you.
Very, very well done. Michael and Emily, Salt Lake City, Utah, killing it, baby. $777,000 paid off in 29 months, making $650 to $750 now. $3 million net worth and zero debt. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
Man, don't you want to be them when you grow up? Yes, you do. I love it. Absolutely incredible. And no, they didn't steal any money from anyone, and no, they're not evil people. They're just regular people that worked really, really hard and became very, very good at their chosen career field and made a lot of money doing it. And so don't you dare be jealous or envious. Instead, you just look at them and say, aren't you proud for them? Yes, you should be. I am. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. So the home equity loan is back.
Yes, home equity line of credit.
The HELOC, the home equity line of credit. And Lifehacker says, I used one when I got in trouble, so everyone should have one in this stupid butt article. I remembered we'd taken out a home equity line of credit when we bought the house, and it saved our butts. Oh, really?
Oh, really? His whole house is leveraged on this money.
Yeah. So, do you know what a home equity line of credit is?
Explain it for him, Dave.
It's debt. It's a second mortgage. And you know what they base the interest rate on?
Your credit?
Nope. Whatever they feel like when they wake up that morning.
Because it's variable.
It's completely variable, and it is not indexed to any outside thing. So Mr.
Wow.
Banker says, today, I think I'm going to charge Joe and Susie stupid money.
So you mean to tell me,
Completely
in
make it
2021,
up.
when I saw everybody in my neighborhood redo their yard, redo their kitchen, redo everything, and I'm going, where is this money coming from?
It's because they took advantage of their home equity.
They leveraged. That's the word I like, Dave. They leveraged.
Well, I'm sophisticated because my equity otherwise was not working for me, and now I have new bushes.
At what cost?
Yeah, that's what that's what the banking ads sound like, don't they? I mean, if you listen to SoFi,
Oh yeah, it's
just make
smart
me
money.
SoFi
Smart money
puke.
moves.
I'm just going to SoFi throw up right here. Oh my God.
Man, Dave, I told you this before the break. It's a good thing because I did so much stupid stuff before I got a hold of the principals here. If I had known about a HELOC, thank God I didn't know about this, because I would have just added it to the list of dumb stuff right next to co-signing a loan.
Yeah.
I would have put HELOC.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of idiot financial planners and people like Lifehacker who will tell you to get a home equity loan in case there's an emergency. Now, let's follow this line of, in air quotes, logic. Okay? So, you lose your job or you have another financial calamity of some kind. So, the home equity line is there to help you. You can go draw on it and you have money. So, at the moment that I've lost my job or had a financial calamity is precisely the moment that I want to go deeper into debt. This is the line of thought.
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah. So I've had financial planners talk about this for years, and I've had to just rip them to shreds because it's just so freaking stupid. Not all of them do this, but I mean, some of them will say, open a home equity line of credit, don't use it, and use the fact that you can go tap into it if you need to as your emergency fund. And I always tell them, so what do I want to do? When there's an emergency, what I want to do is add to the anxiety and the stress by going deeper into debt.
Right. You're turning
That's
it
dumber than a rock. Oh my God.
It turns the emergency into a crisis. Because now you got whatever it is that you're having to deal with, and you have to pay off the debt, and it's at a variable rate of interest.
So her point was that they had a storm damage, and they were able to use their home equity loan to fix it. Because apparently you don't know how to work with your insurance company. Because if you have storm damage and your roof's leaking, your insurance company will show up and start writing checks in about 36 minutes.
Yeah.
If you actually know how to talk to them. Instead, they didn't show up for you. You know why? Because you didn't need them because you went into debt.
Yeah, there's a lot underneath the surface here on this article.
And let me tell you what else happens. Every time you do this crap right here. Okay, house gets torn up.
Mm-hmm.
We use debt to fix the house, and we're going to pay off the debt when the insurance check comes. You know what you always do? 100% of the time, people, well, 98% of the time, people will do more repairs to the house because while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and renovate, then the insurance check will cover. So when the insurance check comes, it's not enough to cover because while we were at it, we did some other stuff.
Yeah. And that's
Human freaking nature.
That's what I love in this article. He says the HELOC allowed us to get started immediately with the repairs.
As if insurance won't show up when a roof gets blown off your house.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you have an insurance company on homeowners that will not show up and give you help immediately when there's storm damage, you have other issues that a HELOC won't fix.
You know, I wonder what would happen if you just saved up for emergencies.
Oh, wait. You had money.
If you just saved up.
Oh, there's an idea. I wish I'd have thought of that.
And you had the amount.
We should do a radio show about that. That's an awesome idea.
And in your 3 to 6 months, you had the amount of your homeowner's insurance deductible.
And you didn't have any payments. Oh. And so while you're at work, you're making money without any payments, and you have an emergency fund. And then when you have a crisis, you have this thing called money. That's a great idea, Jade.
And you just go, what is it? That sucks. All right, write a check.
Yeah.
That's all you do, Dave.
Emergency fund turns a crisis into an inconvenience. And a home equity loan turns a crisis into an opportunity to be crisis squared.
Mm-hmm.
Double up, triple up, exponentially worse. So here's you're not sophisticated if you used a home equity loan to cover your problems in life. You're broke.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing sophisticated about being broke. It's just dumb. Okay? Just dumb. Now, I've been dumb and I've been broke, so stop being dumb, stop being broke. We're going to walk you through this. And you don't use, well, I'm utilizing the equity in my home that otherwise would not be working for me. You're an idiot. Okay? When you say stuff like that, you're just an idiot, because you're truncating your most powerful wealth building tool. You're slowing your wealth building down because you didn't have any money to cover emergencies. So everyone should have an emergency fund after they're out of debt, except their home. Baby step 3 of 3 to 6 months of expenses. We've been saying that for 30. We've been saying that longer than home equity loans have been in existence. They were not even in existence when we started this radio show 30 years ago. They didn't make them. And now we have a HELOC because we're a HELOC. It sounds so.
Well, you're locked in.
I'm a financial person of a HELOC.
You get a HELOC, you get locked into debt.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You know what? I think somebody ought to complain. Why didn't they call it a SHELOC? Woo!
Dave, don't go there.
Yeah, I think
I
just got canceled somewhere in the universe. This is The Ramsey Show. Brought to you by Why Refi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at whyrefi.com/Ramsey.
I just recently am starting to be the custodian for my brother. My brother is 65 years old. I'm the custodian for all of his financial accounts.
Why?
He is intellectually challenged.
Oh, okay.
My mom used to be responsible for it, and she handed it over to me a couple of months ago.
Okay.
He currently lives with somebody who used to be a friend, and so he was paying $500 a month for a one-bedroom, one-bath. They've since become a couple. So now he's still paying the $500, but he's not renting a separate room. He's basically just sharing the house with this other lady. And now that I've taken over the accounts, she's come to me and said that she thinks that because they are a couple, my brother should pay for half of the major repairs that are needed on the house. The house is in need of repairs. So when I say like major repairs, I'm talking about like renovating bathrooms and things like that.
So she owns the house?
She owns the house. I don't know how much she owes on the house, or if it's completely paid off, or if she's still making a mortgage.
Yeah.
She's not she doesn't talk about the finances with our family.
Yeah. Well, she does now.
Yeah.
She just came and asked for money.
She did. And I just gave my brother $500 to pay for the septic tank because it was a little bit of an emergency and she didn't have it.
Okay, let's stop. No one pays to fix up a house they don't own that they're renting.
That's what I told my brother.
If you're a renter, you do not renovate the landlord's house for him.
Right.
Even if you're sleeping with the landlord.
Yeah. I guess my main question is should I ask for him to be put on the mortgage? Would that make a difference?
No.
But do I really want him?
No, you don't want him on the mortgage. You mean on the deed? If she deeds the house over to him, now he's the owner, but I don't think he needs to be an owner of a house. Do you?
Well, that was definitely my other issue.
I mean, I don't know the extent of. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just go ahead and say what I'm thinking, and I don't want to be unkind. Okay.
Okay.
There's a little bit of me that I don't have the details. You know a lot more than I do, but you take over the money, and she suddenly appears at your doorstep after the deal and is changing the deal. I feel like she's taking advantage of him.
Which is why I have custody of the accounts, so that doesn't happen.
I know, but I'm saying I'm afraid that that's what this is looking like. Like she's a bit of an opportunist.
Yes.
Because she's broke. She can't afford a $500 repair. So she's coming to you
but
now.
she's got a guy that that's sharing a bed with her that is intellectually challenged, you said, right?
Yes.
And I'm that scares me for him. And you're his sister, you love him, and it's your responsibility to take care of his goods for his benefit, not for hers. So correct. I don't know if she's got ill will or what percentage of this is ill will, but really I don't care. I'm not giving her any money to fix up her house.
Okay.
That'd be like her problem. And if she doesn't want him to live there, then that's something they can all discuss. Or if she wants him to move back out and pay rent and live in the other bedroom, that's fine. But there was never a problem until they changed bedrooms.
Right.
And now there's a problem. Now that's when people got confused. So I'm sorry. I mean, if he was just renting from a regular person and they came and said, hey, pay to put a roof on the house that you are the renter of, we would all laugh and say that's crazy. Right?
Correct, yes.
And that's kind of very much what this is.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, what a tremendous love. What tremendous love you have to take this burden on, because this got to be a little bit stressful for you, because you're going to face some conflict here you don't want to face.
Right.
Now, is he going to be upset with you?
Dilapidated house either.
I'm sorry?
And I don't want him to live in a dilapidated house either, and he doesn't want to move.
Well, that's, I mean, if the house is unsafe, then we've got another issue. If it's just less than optimum, then, and that's where he chooses, then that's his choice. Okay, I'm okay with that part of it. But at the point that it becomes, a health hazard or something like that, then we've got to make another decision on his behalf, and he's going to be unhappy with that. But oh well. And so, the problem is everything was real clear till you got sex involved, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's really what it comes down to.
Good life advice.
That's really what it comes down to. And so, and then that muddled up everything and muddied the water. And so, I think that tells me that everything's still real clear.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think is going to happen next. She has a hard conversation with the landlord. Landlord turns brother against sister and goes, I can't believe you see what she did. She won't give him money for the septic. Now you've just caused some triangulation here, as they call it in therapy, and I don't like any of it. It's going to be messy. Yeah.
Well, it might not be bad to just sit down with both of them and say, I talked to my financial counselor, and he felt like it's unwise, because I'll be your financial counselor. You can blame me. I don't care if they're mad at me. I can deal with that. You just get in line, right?
It's a Tuesday for Dave.
So, but just Dave said, and he said, you shouldn't fix up someone's house that you're renting. It's not good for you, and it's an improper use of the relationship. So, you can quote me. You can play this back if you want. I don't care. And then if she is trying to take advantage of him, she'll be really pissed after hearing this deal. So, but anyway, I think to keep the triangulation down, the way when you said that, that's beautiful, because you can stop triangulation instantaneously by standing in the middle of the triangle and just put everybody in the room and let's just have us a little meeting.
Little come to Jesus meeting.
Little meeting, and everybody hears everything from the same thing, and nobody gets to play it off of.
He said, she said.
She said, exactly.
Definitely a strange situation, though.
But Kathleen, I think you're in a better position emotionally, relationally than your mom to do good by your brother. It might be more difficult for your mom to tell him no and tell this landlord lady no. I think, if I'm as a loving act to your brother, the answer needs to be no. And I would say it in front of both of them, gently, kindly, no raised voices and no cuss words. And then just say, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense to me. If you want to go up on the rent and put him in a different bedroom, I understand that. And as long as the house is not a health hazard, him living here is just fine with me. But no, we're not going to be investing into someone's home that we don't own. And no, we don't want to own it either, by the way, just to be real clear.
Oof.
Yeah, that's real clear. Yeah, let's do a rehab. I don't think so. Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey. Alex is with us in Morgantown, West Virginia. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I was calling because about a year ago I got divorced, and since that time I've been working really hard to do the total money makeover, and I'm hammering down on baby step 2, but I just found out the home that my ex-husband got sole responsibility for in the divorce is now in foreclosure, and my name is on it. I'm just trying to find out what I can do to protect myself, or if I should be changing anything I'm doing towards that situation.
Wow. I'm sorry. You got bad legal advice. And because you gave the house away, but you kept the mortgage. That happens a lot in the divorces. They just do a quitclaim deed, and you give over the ownership, but you stayed on the mortgage. So you're getting ready to get foreclosed on, too, is what this means.
Right.
How far behind is the house, do you know?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
How far behind is he, do you know?
About 150 days now.
Okay.
About $10,000.
Okay. And what is your household income?
I now, on my income, make $35,000 a year. I'm a first grade teacher.
Gotcha. Okay. And has he had the house up for sale, trying to sell it?
It is on the market for sale because part of the agreement was he had to get my name off of off of the mortgage, and that was the only way that he could do it. But he's now moved, and so it's not a priority for him right now. So. That's
he's getting ready to get foreclosed on too, so it should be a priority to him.
It's not.
Okay. Well, is the house on the market with a real estate agent?
It is. It has been for about 8 months now.
Okay. What are they asking for it?
I think $290 now is what it's at.
Okay. And what is the mortgage balance?
$280.
Okay. All right. And what kind of a loan is this? FHA, VA, or conventional?
A VA loan.
Oh, jeez.
And he's the benefits. He's the one who got the VA benefits. So,
okay. Here's your problem. All right. There's two problems that go with this, and I don't know that there's a whole lot you're going to be able to do about this. But the problem number one is that when the house forecloses, of course, and the time that it's been behind, it's damaging both his credit and your credit because you're on the loan.
Yes.
The second problem is the foreclosure will occur, of course. That's going to continue that damage, make it even worse. You will now have a foreclosure on your credit report, which means you're not buying anything for 4 or 5 years on a mortgage anyway. Okay. Then the last problem is the biggest problem. I can deal with the bad credit, but the VA will chase you to the ends of the earth for the difference. They'll go after him first as the veteran, but if they sell this house for $250 and there's $280 owed, they're going to come after you guys for that other $30. That's the deficit balance, and both of you are on the note, and the VA is relentless. And so you'll have to deal with them when they come to you. I wouldn't bother with them until they come to you. It's a slight possibility they'll go after him and never bother you, but it's a fairly slight. They're the most aggressive of the mortgage types for going after deficits and going after the the differing balance versus what they sell it for versus what that was owed. What is his income?
The last that I was aware, it was about $60,000 to $70,000 a year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they're more.
We had a lot of debt.
Yeah, they're more likely to come after him, and so really the only thing you could do today is anything you can do with him or the real estate agent to encourage. Have they set the foreclosure date?
No, they said it could be any time from June on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it could be June to the next June. It just depends on how diligent they are, which a lot of times they aren't. So what I would encourage you to do is do anything you can do with him and the real estate agent to drop the price. And then when an offer comes in that won't cover the mortgage, that's called a short sale, and that offer would be submitted to the VA, and the VA would have to approve that offer. That would get you out of them chasing you for the deficit balance if you guys can get it sold on a short sale prior to a foreclosure. Now, what you want to make sure of before you agree to sign off on this when the deal comes in is that the VA's acceptance of the offer on short sale, listen to this word, is without recourse. And what that means is they can't chase you for differences.
Okay.
But if I'm you, I'm going to bother the real estate agent. I'm going to bother your ex and bother his attorney, or have your attorney bother his attorney, because he needs to get real worried about this, because they're going to come after him for a bunch of money. And they really, really are, Alex. I mean, I deal with this all the time. They really do come after you. And so this is going to bankrupt him.
Be in contact with the mortgage company, myself, just to see what our options are, but he's not contacting them or responding to anything, and whenever I bring it up, he won't discuss it. So,
take your lawyer and spend $500 and sue his butt then.
Okay.
And get him drug into court in front of the judge to where he gets dadgum serious, because he's in contempt of court here by not dealing with this. And so this house needs to be on the market on a short sale. You need to be bothering him and bothering the realtor. And if you can't get his attention, then use your attorney and the judge to smack some sense into this idiot. Because him just walking away from this is going to kill him too. Okay?
Right.
But you're attached at the hip still is the problem with this fool. And so you're going to smack some sense into him, and if he can't get it by you or the realtor or your lawyer talking to him, then have the judge do it in divorce court before this house slips away. Because if you can spend a little bit of money and a lot of bothering somebody, squeaky wheel gets the oil, and get this house sold on a short sale, it will save you a lot of pain later. You will not have a foreclosure in your name. A short sale is damaging to your credit, but not as much as a foreclosure. But the big thing is they won't be coming after either one of you for the deficit, and that's by far your best choice, and it's worth some effort on your part and his part to cause that to happen. Now, if none of that happens and they foreclose, well, just ignore it. Just ignore it and don't worry about it until they call you. And if they call you, just laugh and say, I'm a first grade teacher. I make $35,000 a year. Good luck. I ain't got any money. I'm not able to give you guys anything. You need to chase your deadbeat veteran over there. He's the only one that can pay anything, because he's got a much better job than I've got, making twice what I make. And by the way, he's the veteran, so go after him. And just laugh at him. And and then someday you may have to negotiate your part of the loan or the deficit, but that may be 3, 4, 5 years before you have to deal with that. So if you can't get the house sold on a short sale before foreclosure, after that I'd just get real quiet and just don't have a bunch of conversations with them, and just be hard to work with and point them back at him and give him his home address, and just continue to push that and turn them loose on him, because he's the one dropped the ball on this, obviously. And, if both of you did everything you can do and you can't get the house sold, then you did all you can do. And all you can do is all you can do, and you just, after that, you just, again, walk away from it emotionally and deal with it when it comes up at some point in the future. Thanks for calling in. So what's the lesson for you listeners from that call? If you're going through a divorce, or you know someone that's going through a divorce, do not sign a quitclaim deed. Don't give someone ownership in the house. I don't care what your attorney says. Your attorney's an idiot if they're telling you to do that, because you're still on the mortgage. The only way you sign that quitclaim deed is if they refinance and get a new mortgage and get your name off of it, or the house gets sold and the mortgage gets paid off. But don't you give somebody a house and keep the mortgage. People do that every day in divorces. It's common practice because it's the easiest way, but it's stupid. It'll get you caught into Alex's situation. What a mess she's in. Bless her heart. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my wife and I just bought a house, and I'm feeling a little buyer's remorse, and I just wanted to get y'all's take on our financial situation to see if there's some validity in what I'm feeling, or if it's just, I'm just in my head on it. I'll give you just a rough kind of breakdown of our financial.
Well, before you do that, just tell me what the house payment is.
$3,700.
Okay, and what's your take-home pay in the house?
$180 a year, roughly $9,500 to $10,000 per month.
No, it's not. Something's wrong. I'm talking about take-home after taxes. 180 is not 10,000. 10,000 is 120. You don't have $60,000 worth of taxes on 180. You don't.
Well, no. Okay, so are you taking out 401k and all that?
No, I'm not. Taxes only.
Oh, taxes only. I don't know the number off the top of my
so
head.
it's probably okay. So how much are you putting into your 401k?
Currently I'm 10%, and my wife is 10%.
Okay, all right. So that's 18,000. So that makes sense then. All right, because your take-home pay, not counting your 401k, would be more like 14. Okay, something like that.
Okay, that makes
and 401k, health insurance, whatever else the crap's coming out of there, because something's coming out of there. But that's what it ought to be, because 180 is 15 a month.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you'd be at 13, and 3,700 is not out of line then. That's my point. I had to get to real take-home pay before I sold your house, and now we don't have to sell your house, so that's good. So,
well, my wife will enjoy that.
So you're the saver, and she's the spender. You're the nerd, and she's the free spirit.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And you feel like you caved and bought something you can't afford.
Well, we're good on the house. The only debt that we have in our names is a car, and my biggest stress right now is, I have $85,000 in the bank. The car, I owe $39,000 on my car.
Write a check and pay it off today.
Okay, I was gonna go sell it and buy a beater. Just didn't know if it was smart to just.
Well, you could still sell it later and buy a beater if you want to, but for today, let's get rid of the stress.
Okay, all right.
And you guys are not doing a written monthly budget called EveryDollar on the EveryDollar app, where both of you agree on every dollar before the month begins, where it's going and what its name is. And if you'll start doing that, you'll feel much more in control.
Okay.
It'll give you a lot of peace. It may cause some fights because it may expose what some people in the house are spending, and it's not you.
Yeah, yes, you're correct. And we did do the EveryDollar app, and we're able to save around $2,200 a month. But for some reason, that just seems low. And I got on Reddit, which I shouldn't have done. And everybody was like, "Oh, your house poor," and I just started freaking out.
Now, listen, Reddit is not a source of anything except trouble.
No, Reddit is for if you're feeling exceptionally well and you're like, you know what I need in my life? A little depression. Then you should read Reddit. Other than that,
if you get a medical diagnosis, if you go to Reddit, you're dead by morning.
The only thing that will kill you faster is WebMD. They'll kill you. They'll kill you within the hour.
Okay.
So seriously, you're right. So Daniel, what you guys need to do is you need to get above this and think about your source of information. And we are making fun of Reddit, but it's not a good source, okay? And because the numbers you're giving me, nothing's out of control. I think what I'm hearing is a good guy who's a nerd, who's very responsible, like me. I'm a nerd. And your wife has not let up on the spending. You all are not in agreement. You've been kind of, swinging at this whole money thing instead of actually making it dance, getting it in line and making every dollar dance, and both of you being in agreement, paying off the car, and then I think you're going to have a lot of peace. The numbers you're giving me are not stupid. If they were, I'd tell you.
Yes, sir.
Aaron, can I ask you a few other peripheral questions?
Yes, sir.
You got any friends?
Oh, yeah.
That you go hang out with once a week?
Yes.
What's the state of your health?
What's the state of my health?
Yeah. Do you exercise? Do you go for walks every day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, work out 6 days a week.
Okay.
Eat clean.
What's the state of your marriage?
Great. really good, really good. I think I just want to be a good dad. I want to be a good husband. I want to lead my family to wealth, and I didn't come from that, so I just strive for that.
Okay, there it is. There it is. Yeah, you don't want to screw this up, so you're walking a tightrope. Yeah. I get that.
Good man.
Good for you.
That's a good motivation as long as it doesn't take it so far you can't sleep at night.
That's right. I'm going to send you building a non-anxious life.
Or if it doesn't take you to Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to send you building a non-anxious life. I want you and your wife to go through that book together.
Yeah, and then you guys jump on Every Dollar, the app, and get it going too. And make sure you get this stuff dialed in. Because I think you're there. I think if you get 100% alignment with her using the budgeting process called Every Dollar, that's going to, and you're probably 85 right now. Okay, if you get 100% control and command over the dollars, and you're probably 90% on that, okay, and you pay off the car, then you're gonna and you start doing the Ramsey stuff the rest of the way and quit ishing it. Then I think you're going to find an immense flip from the. I think that little bit of lack of alignment and then this tremendous drive to be a good guy. Is where your disconnect is, your dissonance.
Yeah. And his body put a GPS pin in money worries. And so it's just, he's got a new big debt and he's got a kid and his body's sounding all the alarms. It's going back to those ratios. And you and I've talked about that offline. Those are just important things. I'm doing it right. Yep. We're safe. I'm doing good. I'm doubling up on my payments when I can. I'm taking overtime when I can. I'm getting this stuff done. And you slowly practice that.
Yeah. But when you do something that your inner voice, the Holy Spirit's telling you not to do, then don't be shocked that you're stressed.
Right, exactly.
So when you buy a house while you have a $39,000 car debt, and you knew you shouldn't, don't be shocked that it's upsetting.
Right. Or one step further, if your parents were screaming at each other growing up over their house payment, even if you put 50% down and you buy a house, expect your body to feel a little tense. That's okay. I know that I have to outsource that because when I get emotional, I get real emotional and I start making decisions fast. And I get a friend or two, or I get somebody that I trust to say, okay, I'm about to do something uncharacteristic. I'm about to sell my house we just bought. Is this wise?
Yep.
And then you can get some exhale in your life. And they'll go, no, I got your 6. You're doing good. It's helpful. It's what this show is, right?
Yeah. When things are when you do things that are inconsistent with what you believe, people in John's world call that dissonance. There's a disconnect. Your actions are perpendicular to your belief. 100% time you get stressed. Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.